Oh, hello, everybody. Welcome. It is
Welcome back, everybody, and we are back once again. I'm gonna turn this music down here. We're back doing another watch through stream. Of course, we had to delay this one. Normally we would do these on Saturdays when the uploads happen, but had to delay. There was a couple uploads that had to be delayed, and I was having some power issues just because of all the storms and things. So it's been a whole thing, but there we go. So you can actually hear a little bit. But we're back. We're all good, and we're back doing another watch through stream. I actually just got done doing my my game for next week, so that's good. Got that behind me. Whether I won or lost, I guess you'll have to find out next week. But either way, I believe it is time to go ahead and jump right in. We've got quite a few games to watch this week, which is great. I'm glad to have a lot of content to show you this time around. Of course, I'll be skipping my game, but we will watch all of the others, and I will be linking all of those for you to go and watch them. Again, please go watch all of these. Please go subscribe, like all the YouTube things for all of these coaches. They put in a ton of work in trying to make these videos and to make these battles as entertaining as possible. So absolutely go and support them. So I will go ahead and post our first one here. This is for Grum. We're going to watch the first one of Grum. Unfortunately, Grum played Wreck-It Mike, so we don't get to watch Mike's side. We're just going to watch Grum's side this time around. But next time around, if Mike plays somebody else that uploaded, we will watch Mike's side. So let's go ahead and cut this off, and we'll jump right in. Let me go ahead and turn this there. Let's do it.
I am Grum, coach and general manager of your Philadelphia T-Tars, here with another UNPL Winter Wildcard match, week 3 against Wreck-It Mike, who I believe is 2-0 against me. I'm 0-2.
Yeah, Mike's a really, really strong battler, and so is Grum. They're both really good. This was a matchup I was looking forward to. Yeah, Grum is like super busy right now, so the fact that he was able to squeeze this game in is a miracle. Okay, so let's look at this. Yeah, no Quilladin is kind of wild, to be honest, because Mike has been making that thing look like uber tier. It's been absolutely incredible for him so far this season, so wild to not see it, but I guess, you see the opposing grass type, you see the Carcoal, you see the dual fighting types, you see the poison type with Quillfish. There's a lot that kind of sits on it, even though I believe Mike does have Terra on it. So that's one thing you could have done, I suppose. But it looks like he brought Steel Hatchram. So that Steel looks pretty strong into this team. It looks pretty good. Of course, it helps to deal with the Quillfish. Can somewhat help it deal with Executor. Of course, it's going to magic bounce if there's like sleep powder shenanigans, although we can see here that it's Assault Vest, so we're not going to see any of that. But it helps resist the flying type moves, all that good stuff. So yeah, seems like a really good Terra choice. We don't know what Grum's Terra choice on the Carcoal is just yet, but I think we will probably find out here in just a second. But yeah, this seems like a really good, like it's going to be a really good match. I've been looking forward to this one. Yeah, I mean, Sneasel's always going to be annoying just because it is so fast. It hits so hard. It's just incredible in the tier. So there's a reason it's in the top tier. Yep, make sure to subscribe. Let's go. I love those intros. They're so nice. And the top little scoreboard, it's great. The cards, all of the things. Ooh, I love the Scald tech. And Terra Flying, I like that. That's good. Scald is a good tech. It's not bad. I mean, you're going to give it water compaction, though.
Value the rocks in this case. Let me get the Terra right away. So we're Terra. You know, he could have Ancient Power, Stone Edge.
Probably not. I mean, you could, but probably not. Unless you're speccing specifically for both of those flying types to come. But you probably just rocks here, right? Yeah.
Okay. Rocks are up. Rocks are up. Okay. I'm gonna go for a scald here. It is super effective.
Yeah, I mean, it'll do a decent chunk. I mean, he said it'll do a little over 26, so about 30.
Nice to see. Would be a Sneasel would be great, right?
Yeah, that.
Does have a potential.
Yeah, Sneasel seems like a little bit of wishful thinking, but Morgrim could be, yeah.
If I can spell bulk up right? No, it does not. Okay. I was surprised that
Yeah, Morgrim loses some
entirely, right? Because
nice stuff that makes it a little more, that makes Grimmsnarl a little bit more, flexible.
okay, so scald,
Yeah.
water compaction, that's fine because I'm not. Ooh, is that weakness policy? Ooh, weakness policy is really
Ooh, that's good.
okay. Shadow ball.
This is gonna hurt. Wah! You take 2. No drop.
Down to 209 here.
So, I'm wondering if that's a roll, though. It's pretty close. Like 45? 41.
You're not max, right?
Okay. So you probably take another one then.
Now, Giga Drain does feel all right here. I'm gonna go into Quillfish. I think
Yeah, there's not a great switch in here, because if he...
what did I go with my? Yeah, okay.
I mean, I don't think there's any world where you predict that and go Earth Power.
Okay, so let's go into Drew McCannon.
Yeah, this covers both sides, so that covers Shadow Ball and
Gonna get a kill.
Earth Power. So this seems like the best play there.
Do hurt. Shadow
Yeah, so that's a good switch. It was pretty safe.
We are going to go.
And you probably, well, I don't know. Does Bullet Seed KO this though?
Let's go
At +2?
U-turn because I don't have a kill here. If you're max, well, I know you're max HP, right? So I still don't have a kill. So I'm gonna go for a U-turn here.
Yeah, I was gonna say I doubt it because this thing's pretty darn bulky, especially at +2.
Turn here. Ooh, okay.
Oh, a switch! Wow.
Banded. Maybe you're worried about banded there.
Okay.
Once well trained, Rambo. Okay.
Well, no, because if you're calling Bullet Seed, you don't go into this.
Boots on this Blastoise. Wowzers, that was a lot of damage.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure about that switch because if you were Bullet Seed, then that was not a good switch.
So
And that to me was the most obvious play.
rocks, right? You come on rocks. You come into rocks. That does 12 and a half. We'll just do 88 damage.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it ever killed there at +2 defense. So, I mean, I get it, but like, I don't know, that was risky in case Toucannon was banded and possibly saw a kill, then you're just giving up your Blastoise this early, and that seems scary. I mean, it could have Ice Beam, but it just depends on how bulky he is.
So you're not max HP? Yeah, you're not max HP.
Okay, so you're more offensive. I mean, you can't be Shell Smash, but still.
Does Ice Beam does 56 here.
Huh?
I'm gonna go for a Revelation Dance.
Man, imagine.
Right?
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, imagine Quiver Dance right there into
Yeah, Morgrim comes in.
Quiver Dance right there into like a weakness policy on this. That'd be wild. Or I think Quiver Dance is banned on this, but still, Calm Mind into weakness policy still could have been crazy if he had clicked the Ice Beam. Yeah, the rocks are really good. You got 2 flying types that really don't appreciate it. This is not. Yeah. It's not doing any damage. May Parting Shot out here. Probably. You have to reflect, but Bar Barrage is going to still do a chunk. And by the time you taunt, it's going to be too late. Oh, you're not Eviolite. Okay. So this is still going to do a chunk, though. Yeah, it still does a chunk. Yeah. Poison? Yep. Yeah, you can't do any of the prankster things because you're a dark type. Well, I don't think you jet here. I don't think there's a reason. I mean, does he have a steal? I don't think he has a steal yet. I mean, no, stays in. Goes for an attack, probably Dazzling Gleam. Okay. Eh. Lives one more turn. So it's gonna Dazzling Gleam again.
So 294 to 216.
So you just jet, or you just do an attack. Yeah, I mean, you could go for anything.
I'd rather not take too much more chip there, though.
Right. Yeah, you don't want to take any more damage there if you don't have to. But, I mean, you were faster there either way. And he couldn't prankster do it. He couldn't do anything prankster, so... But that's good to get rid of the screens this early, though. So, if you can get through these few turns... But it's very likely that he's light clay because he wasn't to Violite. So they're going to be around for a while.
If the Palisand comes in... Nope, that is...
That's this, which we know is Terra Steel, which is a good switch in. Right.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to go into execute here.
Okay.
Because
I mean, Funky Fish should do a decent amount.
I feel like Trick Room with this
Trick Room could be cool. Yeah, I could see it.
We do have AV.
That would be cool.
Terra Steel, you've now Terra'd, which means if you're not max defense, Earthquake is going to do 20 to 24. Calm Mind.
Calm Mind. Okay.
You have Calm Mind.
All right. That's a little scary.
You get Shadow Ball. You don't get Shadow Ball. What does Hatchram get for?
It doesn't get Shadow Ball. Interesting.
I don't quite know. Let me take a look here.
I like the mixed set, though. That's pretty cool. Giga Drain, Psychic Noise, Sludge Bomb, EQ. Okay, it does get Dark Pulse, though. Probably not going to kill, though.
Max special attack without a boost is going to do 42 to 50.
Yeah, you're not killing.
Reflect up still, right? And it's probably light screened, or not light screened. It is probably, yeah. Okay, so it is light clay.
Okay.
We're just going to go for an Earthquake here.
Yeah, I mean,
Mystical Fire.
Mystical Fire. Ooh, and faster. So, well, but Earthquake's going to get around that, but still. That did nothing. That did absolutely nothing.
Okay, so that didn't do nothing.
Yeah, that it did like what, 15, 20?
80 has a small chance to get a kill here. I'm just gonna go for another Earthquake here. Maybe you don't get a kill.
It's probably a roll of screens. Yeah, the screens with Hatchram is pretty scary, actually. You live that, yeah.
Oh, that was a crit.
With a crit. Yeah. I was gonna say, you always live there for sure.
And then light screen goes away this turn, right? This is the last turn of light screen.
Yeah, last turn of light screen, you got one more of Reflect. But, I mean, stalling this out is really nice. Because those screens could have been really, really bad in the late game. Because, I mean, you put a Sneasel behind those screens and then just SD. Scary. Very, very scary. Because that thing's got a little bit of bulk, it's just got a rough typing. Okay, very, very cool set on the Hatchram, though. But I think Grum's done a really good job of stalling. Because Light Screen's gone and Morgrim's also gone, so they're gone for good. Yeah.
Executor, I probably shouldn't have brought you with the 6 that were here.
Yeah. I don't know how much Eggy was doing, but what are you gonna do?
Physical defense. There was just some calcs that I was not feeling good about.
Yeah.
With the squad.
Yeah, Mike's team is really strong. It's not in my division, so I don't have to play him, but his team is very scary. I've helped a couple people who have to face him, and it's a scary team. It's very hard to prep around.
You go for Psychic again. I'm gonna go for the boost here.
Yeah, this is still tricky. Because even with Dark Pulse is still doing a ton. Yeah, but I mean, do we know all 4 moves, though? I don't know that he has it. Yeah, but if he gets a drop, then if he gets a drop and you're not boosted, then it's going to be a problem. But we've gone for Mystical Fire, we've gone for Psychic. Yeah, so at this point, Oricorio, I think, can kind of stall. Yeah, because it does less damage. I mean, it's still doing an okay amount. Yeah, it's a 2-shot. So you live this. Still no drop. Yeah, you should end this. You're at 112, so Giga Drain's the last move. Yeah, so no Dark Pulse. Yeah, I mean, you might as well, because I mean, you're taking those hits even better. Even if you get a drop, even if he gets a drop here, then it's totally fine. So we're doing okay. Calm Mind. I'm an Oricorio believer. I'm just saying. I think this mon's good, even without the Terra. Terra obviously makes it a lot better, but even without Terra, I think this is cool. Right. Yeah, it's risky, but I mean, it seems to be working out so far. Yeah, I think the rough part is that he just can spam the Mystical Fire, and then eventually you're just doing no damage. Not terrible. Hmm. Okay. Are we just going for it? I mean, but it could be banded, though. Find out if he's banded. Yeah. Yeah, so find out if he's banded. I don't think that's banded. You could. Yeah, that's true. This is the time. This would have been the time for a fun little Beak Blast. Okay. Probably kills at this point with a CC, I imagine. Yeah, I don't know that you live a +2. Yeah, this thing's gonna do a ton. +2. Probably Gunk Shot as the last move, I imagine. Yeah. This is tricky. This is tricky. You got 3 things weak to rocks. And only 1 set of boots. It's tricky. Does he bring it? Here we go. It all comes down to this, because Sneasel probably just sweeps here if he's faster. Uh-oh. Oof. He's scared of... Okay. He specs for the scarf, which is good. Okay. Oh, okay. Or maybe, maybe being scared of Beak Blast. Doesn't want to get burned. Because, I mean, Beak Blast is a legitimate, like, concern. Because, I mean, even if you did take this out with something and you get burned at that point, then you're pretty well neutered because you're back to neutral. Yeah, Blastoise seems free. Yeah. But I mean, Bullet Seed was so free on this. Probably not. Not quite. Oof. Uh-oh. Well, I guess you gotta stay in, fire off a Brave Bird, hope it puts it low enough, but I don't know that you're doing half to a Blastoise. Yeah. I don't know that you... But you can't switch it on rocks, so if, I mean, if you want to keep it for... I mean, you can keep it if you want to keep it for a fodder, but, I mean... Okay. Alright. Good switch. So that gets Oricorio. Good stuff. Yeah, and even if he ice beams, then you're good. Yeah, so you're fine. Okay. I mean, still, but you stopped the spin though, which is more important. Okay, so this thing is like full offensive. Surf. Okay. Ooh, that does a lot. Yeah, I mean, it's still tricky because you're gonna run out of roosts here pretty soon. I think this is doing a lot of damage. So you've got, yeah, you're gonna end up running out of roosts here at some point. This is where the new generation of only having 8 roosts is really tough. Okay, so now we roost again. Blastoise is doing a ton. Offensive Blastoise is doing a lot of damage. Yeah. I mean, Haze is always good. I don't know that you live. I don't think you live though at +2. Yeah, you don't. Even if you're +2 Calm Mind, I don't think you live. Okay, you probably live from there. That's maybe not. Could be. That would make sense. For an offensive one, that would make sense. Yeah, that does a good chunk of damage. It really does. I like the offensive Blastoise though. Very, very cool stuff. Even if you can't Shell Smash, you can still be innovative with these other weird sets. So I like it. Oh wow. Okay, yeah, actually that's not bad. Okay. Because you're out of range now, aren't you? Okay. Oh no. Oh no. That sucks. That really sucks. Wow. Would have just lived. Yeah, Sneasel's in a really good spot now. I don't know that you can lock into a move that's going to get you everywhere. Now, I mean, Sneasel probably switches here because you're not going to call the Flash Fire, most likely. You're going to call Flame Body. At least I would. I would be calling Flame Body, and I don't want to risk that. Yeah, this is does not. Okay. So no more rocks, so that's good. That helps. That helps. But yeah, it's still. Yeah, probably not wanting to possibly get burned. No burn. No burns for anybody. Yeah, I mean, if I'm Mike, I'm expecting this to possibly burn my Sneasel, and that's not good. There's the spin on the other side. Yeah, so no more rocks over there. Let's go. Future Sight is my favorite set. It's my favorite set on Whiscash. I love it so much. I always am going to advocate for this set every single time. Yep. I love it. I love it. Yeah, that's fair. because Zard hasn't come in yet, so I'm imagining it's like a Scarf offensive set that's just going to do a ton of damage. Zard will nuke teams. Okay, you can live that. Let's go. Yeah, with Morgrim gone, it's free, so that's nice. Earth Powers? Probably with offensive. Yeah. Probably? No, not quite. Blastoise is chunky, man. It's very, very bulky. Yeah, so I think it's a double down here. Yeah. I don't know that... Well, I thought we said he's Mystic Water from the damage. Yeah, so it's probably a double down here. Yeah. I don't live that other one if I don't have that, right? So we're gonna go with unfortunate. Okay, so here's the question. Who do you lead, right? Or who do you go with? Because you got Zard or Sneasel. Yeah, having Rock Blast would have been dope. Having Rock Blast would have been dope. I mean, you have to go Zard here, right? And if it's Scarf Zard, then you just win. Well, although maybe not, because again, because if I'm Mike, I'm like, okay, I don't know if he's going to be Flash Fire or Flame Body. For me, I'm calling Flame Body, but Flash Fire could definitely. Okay, if he clicks the fire move. If he clicks the fire move here. Hurricane. Yeah. Unfortunate. Yeah, although I really think in that early part of the game, most likely Scarf, that's what I figured. Yeah, in that early part of the game when Toucanon was in, if you had clicked Brave Bird, you go out on your, you go out on your own terms. It's all good. Yeah, so at the beginning of the game, this game would have gone very differently, I think, if Grum had clicked that bullet seed on the water compactioned Palisand, because I mean he even said it was a possible roll at +2 defense, but if he had clicked that and dealt that damage to Blastoise would have been gone so much earlier, and then you never would have taken all that extra damage on your stuff. It would have forced out Charizard way earlier. You probably would have had more HP on Carkol, which would have forced a possible fire move and get the mix up there. So yeah, just unfortunate stuff. And of course the crit didn't help either, because that would have taken it down to a 1-0 at the very least rather than a 2. But still really close game, really good game, well played on both sides. Really good stuff. Again, make sure that you are leaving likes and subscribing, all of the fun things. All right, next is Nikki. I'm gonna go ahead and leave a like on that, and let's see what we got. Yeah, so Nikki is playing. Who are you playing? Bradga. Yep. So let's take a look at what we got here. So we've got Lefty's Cryogonal, pretty standard on the moveset. Do we have? Yeah, kind of weird to not see Freeze Dry, I will say, given that there is a Samurott right there, because AV Samurott just hard walls you. And AV Samurott is fantastic. I love AV Samurott. So yeah, just that's something a little tough there. Pyroar, Shookaberry, very cool with Moxie. Crunch, Psychic Fangs, Acrobatics, very interesting. So one thing about Pyroar, I have not personally drafted Pyroar. I think it's cool in theory. I thought I left a like on this. I like this. It's cool in theory. The big tech to run on that thing is to run Terra Blast on it, because while it has the Moxie ability, its attack is way worse than its special attack. So much worse that even if you like go adamant and everything, it's still less than its special attack. And so what you can do is you can go for Terra Blast. Then once you get enough boosts to have your attack higher than your special attack, then it just automatically switches itself over. So I hate to not see it on this team, but just a cool tech that I like for that one. Okay, so we see Quillfish here. Barb Rush, Flip Turn, Crunch, SD. All right, very cool with Intimidate. You typically would see like a Rain Dance kind of thing there, but still very cool stuff. We see AV Azu. Makes sense. Grass type on the other team. Oh, Grottle. Yeah, very much there. Even, or it could even be like a Trailblaze possibly on the Ursaring. That could be a thing too. That's back to Pyro. Oh, we went very fast through the other ones. I don't see talking about them. So I don't know what the other two sets are, but that's okay. I mean, if it's what's over here, then we've got an Adamant Eviolite, like 3 attacks plus Stealth Rocks on Mudbray, which is cool. So let's see what we got. Yeah, Mudbray is definitely one that you need to bring, especially into the Ursaring matchup, because Ursaring, if you don't prep for it, it will absolutely run through your team. It is absolutely insanely strong. And you don't really have the best of switch-ins. Even with Intimidate, this, I mean, it's still going to do a ton of damage. But this is also, it's really tricky because you see Webs and Smeargle. So what in the world is that going to do? Who knows? So this looks like a really annoying team to face. Grottle is Terra Ground. Okay. Which makes sense in order to be able to get around the Quillfish and the Pyroar. So that makes sense. But it kind of gets walled by the Azu. So you got to keep Azu around. Delibert's cool too. I hope it's like Banded, Hustle, do tons of damage. Okay, so we just see the lead here. Just set webs and go to town. And you don't have this thing doesn't get it. The spin, does it? It doesn't get Mortal Spin? I thought it did. Yeah, it's gonna be Sash, but you get the sticky webs up. That's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. I mean, it did what it needed to do. Yeah, I mean, Stun Spore would make sense. I mean, Cutie Fly did what it needed to do. That was pretty much it, just to click that one move. So I guess you have a spinner somewhere. That's doing nothing. Do get the drop. Kind of unfortunate. But Cutie Fly's gone. Okay. I mean, that's what it's there for. And now you go into Smeargle. Is it Smeargle time? Or is this like webs plus a bunch of offensive stuff? Because you could also have the Pop Bomb set too, which would be funny. Shell Smash plus Pop Bomb. EQ, you're gone. You do get T-Spikes up, which is fine. Are you Orb on this? Flame Orb, yeah. Okay, I mean, this is scary. Webs into Bear is definitely scary. Because, I mean, what is your Facade switch in? You have to go... I think you have to go Quillfish and then double into Mudbray here, right? Just to get the Intimidate off? I don't think there's a better... I don't know about that. Even if you wanted to go into this, you need to go... Yeah, even if you wanted to go into this, you need to go Quillfish first to get the drop, and then go into whatever else. Because otherwise... I mean, otherwise this thing just clicks Facade all day long. Yeah. Trailblaze, so yeah, it doesn't even matter. Uh-oh. 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 Yeah, you just click Facade here. There's nothing else. Still faster. Which, I mean, Ursaring's really slow. Gone. Yeah, I mean, Cryogonal did a good chunk to it. So, I mean... But it's... Yeah, now you go into this. Will Jet KO? Will Jet KO at this? Probably. I mean, Ursaring's kind of bulky, but I mean, it took a lot of damage there. So you're probably just max attack, max speed. No bulk at all, most likely. That would make sense with how much damage it took. Because Ursaring can be really, really bulky. It's not incredibly frail normally. Do you stay in with Bear? I don't know. I don't think I would. Oh, stays in. It just goes. Well, I mean, you just saw that he was, yeah, well, that's what I was saying, is we should have just gone... Yeah. Because, well, you even said that he wasn't bulky, so we had to figure that he was max speed. He's +1 speed at this point, which... Okay, well, you get your acrobatics. My goodness, that still did a ton. Okay. Yeah, Ursaring doing Ursaring things. Holy cow. So now you're +1/+1. But now you go into this. Yeah. So what does this... Even at +1, how much damage are you doing? I feel like Samurott can take whatever you want. It's pretty bulky. I'm a Samurott believer. I really am. That's my Iron Bundle check right there. Yeah, you don't have a stab move. It didn't even matter. Yeah, I don't even think he needed to be banded. Yeah, again, I think you could have gotten away with this a little bit better if you had gone... You go Quillfish first. You go Quillfish first, then you go into the Mudbray. Mudbray baits out the Trailblaze, so you switch back into Quillfish, and basically you just have to force out the bear until you can get rid of can get rid of the webs. But I don't think that the way that it was played around was enough, so it just kind of let the bear do what it wanted to do. If you let the bear sit around, it will just take the whole thing. Yeah, Delibert's gonna do a good chunk. It won't KO, but still. Does get the KO. Alright. I mean, it's a Delibird, so what do you want? Mudbray has a pretty good attack. Yeah, and then Samurott comes in again. I think Samurott just kind of sits on the team. Because you're free to just click pretty much anything. Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. I think it just has to do with how we misplayed around the Ursaring. And I think it's just where Bradga decided to just kind of off-rip go for it. You just weren't ready. But, no, it's okay. You'll bounce back. It's all good. You'll bounce back from it. I mean, it's all good. I mean, not in this game, but I mean, next week you can bounce back from it. Again, you just can't let these huge threats like just sit there. You have to be a little more proactive with it. And like I said, you had Intimidate right there. So intimidate it, go into your Staminamon, bait the Trailblaze, go back into Quillfish, you get another Intimidate, it takes no damage. You know, and it is Pop Bomb. I called it. I called the Pop Bomb. Pain. Should have been blunder policy. All right, and I think that's it. All right, but yeah, I think it just it just came down to how we misplayed around the bear. But yeah, you'll bounce back. It's all good. It's all good. All right, next is Ruppy, and Ruppy's game is 42 minutes long, 43 minutes long. Ruppy is a staller. I'm just going to tell you right now. Ruppy played against Crep, and I know that there was some stalling in this game, so there might be some fast forwarding. I'm just going to let you know. But we've got Lefty's Wizcash, Sub DD, fun stuff there. Bulky Girder, Drain Punch, Knockoff, Mach Punch, High Horsepower, Sligoo, very fun stuff. Draco, Acid Armor, Acid Spray, Ice Beam. Offensive, Scale Shot, SD, very cool on that. Terrawater Carcoal, Flame Body, pretty standard stuff there. And then finally, Terrain Extender on Thwacky. So let's go ahead and jump into it. And we will see what let's see what we're dealing with. I've got this on 1.5. Actually, I'm gonna go for 2 times speed, Ruppy. I'm sorry, but it's a 42 minute game. Yep, no shell smash. I mean, do you have U-turn? You probably just U-turn here. Yeah, it's pretty free. Could also just knock. I mean, knock is also pretty free. Yeah, there's no way you stay in here, so... Okay. Decent damage. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, so the big debate that came out of this game is whether or not it's a good thing to have 4 not fully evolved Mons with Eviolites, because we don't actually have an Eviolite limit in this game, in this league. So Ruppy has taken a lot of them, and so there's been some rumblings of whether or not that should be allowed. So maybe you'll see why those rumblings are happening. Knockoff, all right. No more Violite. So I mean that down to 3. Down to 3. All good. Yeah, I mean Bayleaf is also a really good Violite mon. Like that did so much. Dang. I mean, not that this thing was necessarily going to win the exchange in the end, but still, that still does a ton of damage. Yeah, Synthesis lets you just sit forever. I mean, eventually the Bayleaf's gonna get burned. Yeah, eventually it's gonna get burned. Yeah, I don't know. Still no burns. But yeah, that's the, like, we're sitting here forever. Everybody's healing with grassy terrain. It would push the tempo a little bit, but yeah, I mean, if you get rid of the Eviolite, then this thing's not gonna take the hits anywhere near as well. Oh. Okay, well, that works out. That works out too. Yes. Yeah, no, that's fair. I mean, you just U-turn. Yeah, I don't see the reason to stay in. I don't see the reason to stay. Okay. So this thing's faster. Yeah, it's speed. It's speedy. But yeah, U-turn was definitely the call there. Interesting. Speedy Blastoise. Yeah, you could go this. Yeah, you don't want to go Wizcash because it's shown Energy Ball. Yeah, I don't think there's a Steel type. Yeah, but You're fine, I think. This thing is super bulky. Especially with the aforementioned Eviolite. Yeah, Dragon Steel typing is so nice there. Yeah, that does nothing. It does absolutely nothing. There's not a lot that's going to take this. Ooh, good tech. Good tech. That's good tech, though. Because, I mean, you... Pain split. Yeah, so -6 SPDEF, but I mean... Eventually you're going to take that... I mean, trading... Yeah, Pain Split's really cool, though. Pain Split's really cool, though, because you get a bunch back while really nuking this super bulky wall. I don't think it's going to make a huge difference in the end. Okay. It's based on... I mean, it's based on your weight, so I don't think Carcoal's, like, stupid bulky in the grand scheme. Blastoise, it's still okay. I did not much at all. That did almost nothing. I mean, the only thing is that if you do Terra, it just makes it to where you're gonna sit in front of Bailey for forever again. Makes sense. Still no burns. Yeah, I was gonna say, last week Ruppy got like 3 burns. It was wild. Yeah, I mean, it's healthy enough. But now its Giga Drains are doing more, and it's healing more. I mean, you both were healing on it. 3 or 4, something like that. It's still eating it. Makes sense. It's probably just a Giga Drain at this point. And yeah, and Knock is free at this point. This probably has some investment. Yeah, I mean, Knock is free. That makes sense. I don't think Glide KOs. Yeah, I don't know that it's guaranteed to KO at that point. I don't think... Are we risk? Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think so. Calling the switch. Yeah, but now it's out of range. So it's a good pain split. It covered a switch, and it covered you not getting the KO. So that was a good click by Crep. All right. But what's the swap now after this? Ninetales being gone. I mean, that was an annoying Ninetales set. It was really good cook by Crep. All right. I love the snake. Let's see what the snake can do. Terra Grass, which is interesting. Could be like a Trailblaze type set. Coil. Yeah, cool. And good to not Terra yet. It's true. Because normally you would be able to just coil all over this thing. Yeah, the SD set is really what's gonna save you here, I think. Oof, it does so much. Yeah. I don't think this gets, like, I don't think it gets another move, another ground type move. Unless you were Terra Ground. But that makes you weak to Grassy Glide, so you don't really win either way there. Right, but yeah, it's a roll to KO here. Do not. Okay, good play, good play. Good play. But now you EQ. Now you EQ again. You have to. But even then, like... Yeah, you have to. I don't think you have a choice at this point. Yeah. Does this... Yeah, but surely you're out of Grassy Glide range, though. Yeah, I mean, at this point... No, you're definitely not going to kill because it's +2 defense. It's a very cool set, though. Very cool set by Crep. I like this a lot. Another coil. Ooh. Does not KO. That's true. But you're still healing it a little bit every turn. Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna KO there. Alright. Very cool. +1 speed, +3 attack, +2 attack, +3 defense. So now you're +1 attack. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it gets high horsepower or anything that can get around the terrain. So that's the unfortunate part. If there wasn't grassy terrain, then that snake went nuts, most likely. Because I mean, it could have broken through a lot of these mons. That would have been water spout. Ooh. Yeah, definitely scarf. And your terrain is also making it stronger. Probably. Makes sense. I mean, this thing is still super bulky. Like the Bayleaf just lives forever. It's really strong, but it's gonna run out of synthesis here in a little bit. Yeah, I mean that's the safest play. It makes sense. Okay. I mean, SD seems decent because there's no ground move, I don't think. Seems risky. I mean, that's risky too, but worked out. Yeah. Oh no. Oh no. That hurts. That hurts really bad. It may not have killed, but it would have done a lot. It probably was a roll. It's so hard to tell the rolls on that. Yeah, that does nothing. Okay. Does a little less. It's gonna do a little less, but yeah, I mean you can still keep switching around, but the terrain is gone is the only thing, so you're not getting any of the health back. Yeah, I think that the only thing is that if I'm in Crep's position, I think you have to carry knockoff on Bayleaf because I'm pretty sure it gets it. Like I think you have to knock off spam into Ruppy when you see so many NFEs. Because if you knock that stuff off, you can just start going nuts on this thing. Yeah, it's probably just gonna click surf. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean surf would have KO'd, but may not have it. It could be like water spout, ice beam. We know there's ice beam, flip turn. Then could be like dark pulse or some other coverage move. And the defense drop too. Wow. Rough. Yeah, I think you just have to knock off spam into the Ruppy team when you see all these Eviolites, and then you just get something to go nuts after everything's knocked off. Because I think there's a world here where you could have had like knockoff on Bayleaf and done a bunch of other stuff, and then you just try to sweep with Sneasel in the end game, and you probably could have pulled that off, I think. Yeah, but still, Rock Polish is cool though. Terra Poison. Yeah, but see, this does get high horsepower, so even if there was terrain, then it doesn't care. Yeah, Terra Poison's cool. I like it. Yeah, Bayleaf just kind of craps all over it. So that's the only thing. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it KOs. Yeah, it doesn't do anything. Yeah, so I think that we just had to figure out a way to, if I'm Crep, I think I just have to figure out a way to just kind of spam hard into with the knockoffs and get rid of all of those things, and then you're doing good. Yeah, so there's more knockoff. Because, yeah, once you get rid of these Eviolites, these mons get a lot easier to deal with. Speed tie. Counter, cool. Cool tech. That's the secret last move. That's the secret tool that we can use later right there. Good stuff. Yeah, counter's a cool tech. I like that a lot. So I get why there's no knock at that point. All right, yeah, and then that's gonna be your game right there. I know that there was definitely some stuff in there that Crep got screwed on in a few different spots. The defense drop right off the bat, a couple of hacksy things, a couple of one of the crits, yeah, there was a crit that sucked. There was the immediate defense drop. There was a lot of stuff that kind of went awry there, that didn't help Crep out. But again, I think that if you had and while the counter was a cool tech, I think that having knockoff would probably have been better, because then at that point you probably could have won that exchange with Carcoal, because once it's a Violet's gone, then your Giga Drain is dealing more, so you're healing more. You're able to not. Your Bayleaf is able to do more of what Bayleaf wants to do, I guess. So that's the only tough part. But yeah, no, we've had the discussion as to whether or not we should allow this many Violites, and so it's something we're discussing if we ever run this rule set again. But yeah, anyway, GG's to both sides. I know Crep will come back from it. Crep is incredibly talented, of course. Crep being our season 6 main league champion, so don't think any less of Crep. Crep will absolutely come back and absolutely crush it. So very, very cool stuff. Next is Zand. Zand is my opponent for next week, so if I had watched this ahead, I could have scouted a little bit, but I have not watched this yet. So let's see what we got. Zand is just super chill. We love having Zand around. Okay, so Zand faced off against Tony, and so Tony Torkoal is has this cool team. He's maybe a spoiler. Tony has possibly made some transactions going into the following weeks, because he's kind of felt like there were some things that were underutilized on his squad, and that's fair. But he's got kind of a fake out Sun team with Torkoal that can't have Sun, and then a Leafeon. So that's a little bit tough, but either way, it's still a cool team. There's a lot of cool tech, and I mean, you saw what Ruppy just did. Tony beat Ruppy week 1, so I mean, it's it's crazy to see how all this is going around. But so we've got Willow Hex Pain Split. That's gross and very, 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 very cool. Primeape, Bulk Up, Eviolite, I'm sure. It doesn't show it, but yeah, there it is. Vital Spirit, not Defiant, so it doesn't go to sleep, so that's cool. Because what's putting you to sleep? I'm not sure what's putting you to sleep, because I don't believe that Leafeon gets sleep powder. So unless it's like random hypnosis Poliwhirl, I guess. Yeah, we've got pretty offensive Mycelium Mite on this thing with spikes, 3 attacks, Acid Sprays, cool tech. Terra Porygon, very cool. Terra Poison this week. Ice Beam, Tri Attack, Trick Room, very cool. Dodrio, very cool with protective pads. All right, I see you. To not take the static from Ampharos. I see. And again, early bird for sleep things. Very scared of the hypnosis. Very scared of hypnosis. Then again, this thing just doesn't really get an ability. Baton Pass, Knockoff, Braybird, Body Slam, very cool. And then Quaxwell. What's our set on Quaxwell? I don't see the moves, but it's a Violite, and I think it's kind of bulky. So, very cool. Let's see how this goes. Yeah, Tony didn't bring Leafeon at all this season so far. So it's weird because it just doesn't get any good coverage and it can't Terra. Oh, look at that. Another 4 Eviolites. All right, let's get it. Yeah, I mean, if it's bulky Gligar, then it's probably going to take it pretty well. Yeah. Spikes is nice. But, yeah, not having U-turn really does suck. There's not really anything you can do about it. Yeah, so just going straight into the spinner. I see. Knock. Gets rid of the Eviolite. I mean, that's good for Tony. It's a good knock. Yeah, because that's the only thing is, like, you can spam the Eviolites, but your opponent also can just spam knockoff, and at a certain point, you know, stuff... You can't just keep switching the same mon in over and over, because while you lost your item the first time in, you then lost your bulkiness at the same way. So like you can't, it's not just some infinite bulk trick, you know. So that's the only thing is that having 4 Eviolites, it's annoying, but like there is counterplay, and knockoff is basically the best move in this format. So it's very spammable. Yeah, and there's a lot that gets it too. Like there's a lot in this format that gets knock, and it's free almost every turn. So it's a good move. Yeah, so calls Thunderwave, good switch. I mean, that switch was pretty free. I mean, even if it was like Play Rough or something, it's not going to do that much, and you would have gotten helmet damage. Ice Hammer's going to do a ton. even if he's not invested. Yeah, if he's not offensive, then it's just not. It's going to do a ton. It's a pretty strong move. Back into Gligar. Okay. But I mean, you're not going to live 2 hits, I don't think. Yeah, and I mean, the Gligar could also be Defog. But I don't know if you're going to... Yeah, Taunt's fine. Yeah, predicted Spore, I'm sure. Flip turn makes sense. Yeah, I mean, an EQ's not doing anything. Even with the Violet gone, it's not going to do a ton. Maybe like 25. Probably Tink. Yeah. Yeah, the spikes are going to be tough. I think Tony's got to figure out a way to get these spikes off. But I don't know... He didn't bring Torkoal, so I don't know that he has spin. I mean, if there's no spin, then I think you just click Spike here every time, right? Because spikes are pretty darn good into Tony's team, I think. Very close. Okay, so yeah, it goes down to Helmet, but I mean, still getting rid of items. Again, Knock is very spammable. It does. Yeah, so Sneasel comes in. I mean, you're not staying in here if you're... Yeah, there's not really a whole lot you can do. I mean, if Tony just hard CC'd right here... If Tony hard CC'd right here, that'd be wild. Yeah, if he hard SD'd into Throat Chop. Okay. Does nothing. Does get the poison. Probably a Violate like SD. Yeah, Willow's probably free. That's true. Arctobax would be happy with that. Okay, yeah, with this thing being burned is... Yeah, no lum or anything. Yeah, probably KOs at this point. Yeah, you probably live just fine here. Hard Swords Dance is bold, but I get it. I mean, you expect the switch most likely there. So now basically the burn is negated. I mean, you just attack here, I think. You have to click the... I think you have to click the Throat Chop into CC and hope that it does enough. Swords Dance again. That's a little greedy, I think. I don't know that CC KOs this with your burn. In fact, I would about guarantee that CC does not kill this. Okay. Yeah, I don't know that I would... I imagine it lives here. Yeah, I mean, Dodrio definitely will take this out afterwards, but... Okay. He's probably Jolly, I imagine. Yeah, I mean, still. That's a huge live, though. Don't get KO'd and no poison there, so it lives. Wow. Clutch live. This thing is surprisingly bulky with Violate. But I think Violet got knocked on this, so that's wild. Yeah, it living that is really nice. I mean, ultimately it doesn't change too much. Because, I mean, if this has Jet, then it doesn't matter. Yeah. Another SD. It's doing a good chunk, I imagine. Jet +2 jet probably hurts. Okay. Which, I mean, could be a thing. Mm, yeah, because I mean, it's doing a lot no matter what. Yeah, Life Orb could be very strong here. Strudel. Strudel, well, I mean, Strudel would have been good, but at the same time, you have to drop one of these pieces, and I think that the pieces you brought are probably the best ones you could have. It does. Liquidation, yeah, definitely gone. But, I mean, getting rid of the Scarfer, that's good for Tony, but, I mean, took a ton of damage. So you're gonna get to jet something on the way out, at least. So, still a good amount of damage. But you have to jet no matter what because you don't outspeed anything. Samurott is just super slow. Yeah, so you just have to jet here for damage. Yeah, I think you just jet here. Yeah, bulk up. You can't bulk up here. Yeah, it could be SD. He's brought SD this season, I think, but this week it doesn't look like that's what the set is. I mean, at this point, I think you just jet, deal a good, yeah, that did a lot. Yeah, that did a lot. So yeah, he probably was Splash Plate. That did a ton. So yeah, and then into Gligar. So yeah. Yeah, I mean, and Primeape's faster than this. It's dealing a ton. Okay, scouting for it. And goes to Ampharos. Ah. Alright. Para? No. That could have been really scary though. But that was a good scout though. That was a good scout by Tony to try to check and see if it has the Ice Punch. Because sometimes it'll cover it, sometimes it won't. Gligar was the play there. That did nothing. And he's Terra Fairy, so he can resist pretty much any. You're not dealing a ton of damage with. Yeah, I'm not sure what it's doing, because this thing could be Dragon Dance. Yeah, because I mean, this thing could DD or Scale Shot. Yeah, you have to Terra there though. You have to Terra at that point. But DD would have been really strong if you had it. If you had Dragon Dance there, could have been really strong. Could be Bandit, I guess. I know that Tony has really liked the Dragon Tail set. I know he's really liked that. Trick Room makes sense. Yeah, Arctibax is fun. It hasn't done a ton. Like, it's one of those that's, it feels like it's almost good. It feels like it just needs a little bit of help, and then it will be good, but it's just not quite there. Just not quite what it wants to be. But yeah. Yeah, he may not Terra here. but you're faster, so it doesn't help. I mean, now it'll do more, but still. Yeah, even if it's doubled, you're going to be above 50% most likely. Crit. Mm. Yeah. But yeah, I think you're fine here. I don't think you're at really any risk with Porygon here. Yeah, I don't think he has a great attack for this. There's no... Yeah, that seems pretty unlikely though. It probably didn't. It probably just... It may have sped it up by 1 turn, but I don't think it... Yeah, you had to go Ampharos there. Yeah, so Porygon again being an absolute menace. Porygon has been going wild this season for Zand. Yeah, I mean, even if he does agility, like, it's not gonna win him the game. Yeah, it's not gonna win him the game. Yeah, no, you're fine. Crit burn. It didn't make a difference in that case. Like, that game still ended the same way. But still, like, wild. Yeah. So I think just probably could have prepped a little bit better on Tony's side. But again, Porygon showing its value, man. It's been going nuts this season. Zand is making it look absolutely busted. Wild stuff. All right, next game.
Okay, here we go. This is technically week 3, but
all right, so we got Horizon here versus this is Jirok that he's facing off against, and we got again 4 Eviolites. This is the week for 4 Eviolites because it's now the 3rd game in a row that we've watched with 4 Eviolites. So wild stuff. But so we've got Scarf Lycanroc, very cool. I like me some Lycanroc Midnight. Quilladin, which is very strong. Braixen. Meryl is fun. I believe Meryl is Terra, which is fun. And it can be huge power, which is cool. Then, of course, the big scary bear with a Violet, and then a Specs Clawitzer, which is fun. I mean, as far as the matchup goes, Gloom might be a bit of a problem for the team. Gloom is so bulky. Like, it's ridiculous how bulky this thing is. And if Quilladin gets weakened, then oh, I haven't been dropping links. I am horrible. All right, this is Nikki. Hang on. This is Nikki. Make sure you're going and watching and liking and things. This is Ruppy. This is Zand. There we go. We're caught back up. Nothing happened. Nothing's wrong. Yeah, Meryl is interesting because you get the fairy move to get around the water immunity on Tatsugiri, which is cool. But does it really do anything else? Not really. I don't know that Meryl is that great, period, much less in this game. But we'll see what happens. I think Gloom is going to be a bit of an issue, and plus Cranidos hits like an absolute truck. Yeah, Horizon had to take over a team that was a little bit rough, and no Frostmoth, which interesting. No Metang. Yeah.
No Krokorok?
And no Krokorok. Wow.
Plus, he's hit Terra Ground, I believe.
Yeah, Gloom is really strong, though. I think Gloom looks really good in this matchup.
Always scary in these low-tier leagues. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. What did I write down?
And Cranidos, again, Cranidos hits like an absolute truck.
Is a A+ tier.
But no Frostmoth. No Metang.
Let's get the spread. So yeah,
Wild.
I'm feeling pretty confident.
Jirok has a really good team, like, but a lot of the big mons aren't here.
Plusle is going to be the lead.
Okay. Terra Ground Plusle, so probably not going to Terra here.
Gonna be Terra Ground. I already wall you. Let's see. We have
Yeah, I mean, you just Volt Switch out, probably. There's no way you want to stay in.
You're doing literally nothing to me. I can roar you out if it becomes dangerous. I'm just going to get a spike right now. You're going to Volt Switch.
Yeah, you can't stay in.
45 plus 25 is 70, right? I think that means you are modest at least. Max modest? That looks like max modest.
Okay.
Okay, let's go.
So not Spexy or anything.
Volt Switch looks like max special max modest. I'll just write. Although let's check what a timid Specs would do. I think that'll do more.
Probably.
You are definitely not Specs.
Okay. Could be Scarf, possibly.
With that speed tier, you could be Scarf. Actually, very well could be Scarf. I'm gonna write down
Could be Scarf.
Monferno's gonna come out. We're gonna get a spike up, which is great. And my switch to Monferno is also my switch to Tatsugiri, which is a little bit scary. We're gonna go ahead and go into bubbles here.
Yeah.
Low tier, and
I mean,
Zuberel is too good to have.
but this could also be like Nasty Plot, Grass Knot or something like that.
Later, but that's fine. Bubbles gonna come out. What do you got for me, Monferno? Sword Stance.
Swords Dance.
Right now.
But I don't think. Do you get Thunder Punch?
Do you get the gunk shot? Let's see, draft. You do get the gunk shot.
It probably gets it, yeah.
Monferno, plus 2 gunk shot. That might kill me.
It probably will.
It does not even come close.
No.
Oh, that's Quillen. It
Oh.
kills me. That is
Yeah, I was like, it's a Meryl. What are you talking about? I feel like it does.
if he's a violate. Yeah, we're gonna die to a plus 2 gunk shot, I think. I'm gonna aqua jet to 2 shots.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like it does a ton.
Whoa.
That did us so much.
We might live that. We do not.
No.
No crit.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think it just does a ton.
Tatsugiri's a problem.
See, that's what I was thinking is I feel like Meryl just didn't do a ton in this matchup.
What can I... Oh, I can just kill something with Michael Strahan here. Can you tell I'm a Giants fan between Scatterboo and Strahan?
Yeah, because now Dracos are really free from Tatsu. Yeah, Mach Punch would do a ton.
Ooh, but I don't have a switch for Mach Punch.
Yeah, not really.
I'm probably not living.
Monferno's scary.
I'm probably not living Mach Punch at plus 2 life orb. Life orb. Mach Punch. Nope. And you get Mach Punch for sure. Right?
Yeah, Mach Punch could be strong.
Primary stab.
I guess you just have to hope he doesn't have it.
I guess into Quilladin.
You just have to hope he doesn't have it.
Scout for the Mach Punch. He's gonna life orb himself.
Yeah, it's still doing a lot. Monferno, really good in this matchup.
Yep, Mach Punch comes out.
He did have it.
Not too
That-
bad. Is he gonna die? He did
Not
die.
quite. He's got one more turn.
I guess now we go into you. 'Cause there's
Yeah.
no Thunder Punch on this.
No, he's gonna click the fire move.
My opponent deserves the win. That'd be a hell of a play to Thunder Punch it.
No, he's gonna click the fire move.
Which is still gonna do a shitload of damage, by the way. Close combat.
That's... Ooh, that does so much.
That life orb's gonna kill him, right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he goes down to life orb, but man, Monferno put a dent in that team. My goodness.
Claw was in front of it. You know what? That was a great bring by my opponent. God damn.
Yeah, really good bring.
That was a great bring by my opponent.
That did so much. Yeah, exactly.
If you're gonna rapid spin away, though, can I make you pay? Can I make you pay for it?
I mean,
Here, what did I need Quadzer for? I needed
I think you...
That's okay. Cranidos
No, you just spin here. You just spin, get rid of that, and then drop a...
is bad 'cause of this thing, but
Get rid of something, and then drop a Draco on the next thing.
he's gonna spin, and it's not gonna kill me. It's
Not gonna KO.
gonna do a lot of damage.
Yeah, it's not gonna kill, though.
That was a crit. That did-
Yeah, I was gonna say that shouldn't have done that
At
much.
this point, I don't think I'm switching back in on anything, so I'm just gonna Dark Pulse again as you kill me. Oh, rapid spin's bad though, 'cause now you're faster than
Yeah, you just spin again.
that bulk. I think I'm faster with Lycanroc. If you rapid spin again, though, we're in trouble. Which
No, yeah, you spin again.
what do we do in front of this?
You get the rapid spin KO.
Expedite. We can always bring that in.
Because that's... Yeah, then what do you do?
Yeah. We go Ursa.
Just spin again. Yep. Oh, that's scary. That's scary.
That's okay though.
Man, yeah, Monferno went nuts, man.
Himself.
Yeah, you're definitely faster.
That Monferno set.
Draco is super free.
Takes the facade, really.
I mean, I think you just drop a Draco on this thing.
You off. Let's see. Ursa Ring, Earthquake.
You just hit this thing as hard as you can, I think.
I think it's too close of a roll. I'm just gonna facade. He's gonna drop a Draco.
Yeah, you just drop a Draco.
Yeah, not too.
That didn't do much. So that works out.
Hopefully this will just kill. Yeah. Okay. Good.
Oh, it's Facade. It definitely KOs. Ursaring deals so much damage.
Now most of his high tiers are gone. Like Gloom to Cannon is a bit of a problem. Plusle could be an issue.
Yeah, I mean,
I need plus. I need this.
but Monferno
Gluten does good against it too, though.
really hurt that early game.
Alright, you're just gonna tear around here, though.
Okay. Do you take a facade though?
Plusle, and I need this for you, literally for this Pokemon.
Yeah,
I'm
does
just gonna click
the
facade.
how well does this take a facade though? Not well.
Don't tear it. You don't get actually static would be fine.
You know, it's not static.
It would obviously kill. Wait, what if he goes tear ground? Is it like the same damage? Hold on, kiddo. It is
Well, for sod, it's about the same.
Oh, okay. He's gonna go into.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it
Probably the two
takes a million.
I would love to hit the two cannon with a big facade here. Doom.
What was that?
Doom. Glue. Okay,
Yeah.
please give me like a poison. That did
Nothing. That's what I'm saying. Gloom is so bulky. Oh man, that did 0. Oh,
I can help you after my battle, okay?
Horizon getting kitted.
Where was I? I think this is a good switch into the gloom. I don't really want you.
Normally people get mommed. Horizon got kitted.
I'm gonna go Quilladin. Because you could like strength sap. You probably strength sap actually, and I think Quilladin's immune to that.
Yeah, strength sap would be a good tech, but it doesn't work in this. Sleep powder also works.
I'm gonna super fang I think because it's gonna do.
Yeah, but if he's sludge bomb, then it gets blocked by bulletproof.
You're gonna withdraw.
So that makes Quilladin a really good
What's gonna come out here? Same
check.
cannon.
That's definitely 2 cannon.
Nice, let's not miss the super fang. Nice.
Cool.
Good damage. Okay.
Good damage.
We wall that thing. Oh, I want to go Earth Ring so bad here, but I can't.
Yeah, it's risky though because this thing gets CC, I think.
If you beak blast would be so ballsy though.
Beak Blast is
It'd be so ballsy.
it would.
Um,
This is tough because if he were to call the switch, if he calls this switch, that then you're in a bad spot.
I hope he just clicks Braybird. If he clicks Braybird, we're good. Flame charge. That's okay. We're Scarf. You don't know
Yeah. 2 cannons super slow.
We just click Stone Edge every time.
Yeah, 2 cannons super slow.
Oh, if I can get rid of this thing, then we're good. Oh, let's go. Strike hand.
Yeah, that could have been bad if you weren't Scarf. Scarf definitely comes through.
Huge kill. Huge kill.
Yeah, because if he had clicked like random bullet seed or something, then you were gone, and it gets tricky.
Nope, this comes in. I'll just get the chip. Everything else. I'm just gonna get the chip.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm just getting chip. I don't care.
it lives, but it's probably Scarf though. Most of the time these are Scarf and not a Violite,
Because
so it probably still takes a good chunk.
guys would have killed no matter what.
It's not that bulky, it just hits really hard.
Rock polish?
Could.
But I could go into if he rock polishes, it's a little bit scary. He might not be faster than a Scarf. Because I'm max speed Scarf too. Go ahead and roll it. Oh, here we go.
Not sure.
Oh my god, was it a crit?
Yes, see it just, that's what I'm saying, is it's not bulky at all. It just dies.
That was massive. That was massive.
Yeah, it just dies.
Puzzle comes out. There's no reason for me to be switching around here. Tear ground.
You have to Terra here.
I could go to actually no, because you wall the gloom very clearly.
You have to Terra. If you're Plusle, you have to Terra here.
I think I just keep clicking Stone Edge, even though you're gonna tear and I'm gonna resist it.
Yeah.
Scarf, I think we're about to see
But even that, but again, even Plusle is super frail.
I would rather not.
Plusle is so frail. Look at his tiny little hat. Look at the tiny hat.
No, he's not Scarf. Okay. Oh my
See, that does so much.
god. Are we gonna live the Thunderbolt?
You're gonna live.
Bro.
Yep.
Bro, Michael Strahan, let's go!
And hitting every Stone Edge. My goodness.
That wasn't even a crit.
No, it wasn't a crit. Plusle is just so frail. And now Gloom.
There's no reason. I would love to get this thing out for differential, but there's no point. There's no point. We just
No.
we just take the L, not the L, but you know what I mean. Gloom, KO's Lycanroc.
Yeah, but
Scarf, Lycanroc, pop it off.
yeah, Scarf Lycanroc went nuts. Yeah, that's where you probably would have rather done for
No, let's not be stupid.
no, because Bear doesn't do enough.
Let's get it with Foxy.
And that's no, yeah, going Bear there would have been a throw. I mean, you're not going to throw the game away. I think you always win there, but you know that Facade is only doing like 25
I knew he was gonna live. You look like sleep powder. Yeah, he's gonna miss a sleep powder.
and miss sleep.
Change that from-
Again, it doesn't change anything.
differential, but all right. So we're gonna see Break
Yeah.
KO's Gloom. So that's gonna be a nice. Is that 3-0 win? I think.
Yeah, because I mean, if you go Bear there, Gloom lives, and then it could possibly have the Strength Sap, and then it heals all the way back up to full, and then we start this again. Now, I mean, ultimately, Quilladin would have walled it regardless, I think, but still, either way, very good game. Very, very cool stuff. Two very strong battlers with two very strong teams. All right, last Wi-Fi battle we got, and it is Frito. Yeah. So this is versus Darude. Again, two very strong battlers going up against each other. These events are wild because we've got such strong talent in all of this. We're gonna put a like on there. And again, Frito's trying to hit 500 subs by the end of the year, so we need to get him there. We need to absolutely get him there. He deserves it. Did I like it already? I did. Very cool. So as far as this goes, we've got the Terra Quaxwell, which is kind of cool, but into the double water core, I feel like it's going to struggle. But that is your spinner. So Quaxwell kind of has to come to every game unless you want to run defog on Glagger. So that's kind of a weird spot to be in. Terra Cranidos obviously is going to hit really, really hard. And there's not a lot that really wants to take that on Frito's side. So I could see that, or Terra Porygon. I mean, we've been seeing what Zand has been doing with it. So that could be scary as well. Frostlass is very good. I think Frostlass is fantastic. It's been doing work for me. And in this matchup, it does a lot into pretty much everything not named Sneasel. I mean, even Marini isn't going to appreciate like a Poltergeist or a Shadow Ball. So there's some good stuff here. And again, hopefully Terra Illumise goes absolutely nuts. I'm very much digging the Terra on Illumise. But yeah, Cranidos is so strong. It just has no bulk. So if you hit it with basically anything, it goes down. But if you have to take a hit from it, good luck. It's going to two-shot pretty much everything in the format. So Sucker, Knock, Play Rough, and T-Spikes. I like the Play Rough tech for Poliwrath, I suppose. Or the Houndoom, if that wants to come in. T-Spikes is cool. Is there a grounded poison? Swalot. So Swalot could absorb those if it needs to. Choice Banded Hustle, Terra Normal. Yeah, Terra Normal on this. Very cool with Body Slam. That's going to deal a lot of damage. You think Hustle plus Terra Normal plus Choice Band? And I mean, you see base 83 attack, but like you have to look at how much less bulky everything is in this format. That's going to do a ton of damage. So very cool stuff there. We've got the Sneasel, Triple Axle, Knock, Poison Jab, Ice Shard. Not too crazy of a set there. Marini, this thing is gross. Merciless though, look at that. Offensive Merciless. Infestation, Acid Spray, Surf, Recover. Very cool. And then Pachirisu, AV, Super Fang, Discharge, Nuzzle, U-Turn. I think this is one that was kind of slept on in this format. This thing is surprisingly good. Obviously, you know, we've all seen what happens when this thing goes into VGC, but seeing it in singles, it gets overlooked a lot of the time. But here, I think it's going to be its time to shine. So we don't see no Frostlass, so that's cool. Again, I think Frostlass kind of struggled a little bit into this, but I mean, Ice plus Ghost did a lot to everything not named Sneasel, so that's a little tough there. So the top tier does not come. We also don't see the Quaxwell. We just see the Cranidos as far as Terra goes. And so that's going to be pretty strong. Electric is here, and that's why we have Volt Absorb on Pachirisu. So very cool. Let's see what we got. Yeah, Darude and Frito are both very experienced and very, very strong. So very, very good battlers. This is another really cool matchup. Getting to see them go up against each other, and they've battled before. So cool to see a rematch here. Rufflet is super cool. I want to see this go nuts. Okay. Probably not. Okay. Yeah, I mean, Rocks was obvious. It's going to do a lot with Hustle. Gosh, that's crazy damage. Crazy damage. You can't switch. Electric's still going to take a ton. Yeah. Hustle Choice Band does so much. Even if you have a rock move. If you have a rock move here, you have to click it. If you don't, something is going to be... Yeah, you're going to live, though. So it's gonna be a double down. Do you live? It does live. Yeah, but I mean, it's just gonna be a turn. The opponent just goes into something to KO this. Okay, so probably Scarfed. Yeah, it's Jolly. Or Scarf. Or Adamant Scarfed. These things are often Scarfed just because they're so slow. And then they deal tons and tons of damage. Yeah, but it is not bulky at all. Yeah, he said it takes 96 from a knockoff. You don't even have to be offensively based. It just goes down. So, I mean, a Rock Slide would do a lot too, though. You would rather see Head Smash, I'm sure, but yeah, I'm sure it is Scarf. It's pretty common. It's probably Scarfed, I imagine. Yeah, but he misses. Yeah, that stinks. That stinks. Wow. So instead of it just absolutely KOing there, it gets nothing. Yeah, I typically would rather run Head Smash there, but, you know, Head Smash can miss too. So, what are you going to do? Unfortunate. Okay. Swalot's really good, though. Swalot's pretty decent in standard tiers. Much less just in this. So, I mean, it's cool to see it. T-Spikes, but that's good to set it up on the Grounded Poison because it has to switch in order to get rid of him, so that's not bad. Although they're well, no, Gliger's gone, so you can't go into something that's, oh yeah, Sticky Hold, nice, cool. The one time you see that ability go off ever, but it worked out. So probably AV. That's what a lot of them are, and it's solid. So, but this is cool to see offensive Marini. Although it's still gonna take a decent chunk. Yeah, no Violate. But now you EQ, which is gonna do a decent. It probably won't quite KO, but it'll do a lot. Infestation's cool. This will do a lot. It's a 2-shot. But now we recover stall. Yeah, so I think Marini ends up winning this eventually, because Frito just spams recover. Yeah, you just spam. You're healing every time. Yeah, there's no reason to switch at this point. I mean, no, it's not doing anything. It's AV. Yeah, I'm sure it's AV. So it because that's objective. It's objectively the best set, in my opinion. It does a ton of damage, and it does a good. Well, I'd say it does a good chunk of damage, but it soaks up damage really well. Knocks off the specs. Unfortunate, but that's okay. Bug Buzz will still KO here. Yeah, Roost is fine. Not much. And I don't think it has a way to... The only way it would be able to heal itself of it is if it was like Stockpile plus Swallow, which I don't think that's happening. I think it's AV. Yeah, Gunk Shot does a good chunk. Yeah, I mean, you ended up around... Yeah, I mean, you ended up around roughly the same HP you were at before, so... But yeah, Bug Buzz definitely KOs here. But Swalot, really cool mon. I think Swalot's a good mon in this format. It's really good stuff. Those are not the same thing. Yeah, Houndoom definitely would KO you. It's could be Scarfed here, but that would be double Scarf, which is still possible. Flamethrower. Okay, take that pretty well with the AV, so not too bad. But yeah, you volt? Do you have volt switch or nuzzle, something like that? Super Fang could be good on a switch. Was this? Yeah, that works. Yeah, Super Fang's great for that. Yeah, why not? Because this thing doesn't get a ton of coverage like what Electros gets. It's missing a lot of the moveset. Yeah, I mean, it gets enough. It gets enough, but it can't do a ton here. Yeah, does get knock, which is good. Yeah, there's not a...
God, I've misgen my Marini. I've misgen... what? Why has it got merciless? No,
Oh,
no.
I thought you were doing that on purpose. Because I was confused. Well, I thought he was meaning to have it as merciless because you were the T-Spikes variant on the Scun tank. So like it could have worked, I guess, but you probably wouldn't have wanted to run Infestation. You would have wanted to run Venoshock at that point, but unfortunate. Yeah, it was in the builder, so I don't know. Yeah, I mean, he just knocks again. Well, I mean, if he just knocks... I mean, if you misgened it, then why don't you just go into it and let it go? Yeah, because now you take so much on Sneasel. Yeah, I would have just sacked it if it's wrong. Yeah, because see, that's... I would have assumed you would have wanted Venoshock if you were going to do that for Merciless. AV would make sense. Helmet. Okay. That's cool. Very cool. A bulky frog. Sort of frog. Kind of. Yeah, I'm not sure how you get around this plus Houndoom. Because, I mean, even with how much damage Illumise does, I don't think you can KO this without your specs. It might have jet, yeah. Because without specs, I don't know that this KOs. Yeah, with specs it would have KO'd for sure. Unfortunate. Again, this is why I said that knock spam is just so strong in this format. Because even if you're not knocking off an Eviolite, you got rid of the specs there, and that made Illumise not able to take up the kill. So that's unfortunate. It probably gets Mach Punch, but he doesn't carry it. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Because, yeah, I mean, if you were regen, you could have come in and switched out, come in and switched out, and done that kind of thing. But, yeah, what are you going to do? Unfortunate misgen. Yeah, unfortunate misgen. Yeah, he definitely legally bred his Marini. He legally bred that. Yeah, I did that last week. So, or well, this in week 3, I also misgened, so, or legitimately bred everything. So that's unfortunate, but yeah, it is what it is. What are you gonna do? All right, so that is all of the. Let's see. So that is going to be all of the Wi-Fi. So we're going to move on to very quickly running through all of the what's it called? The showdown games. So I need to figure out when these were all posted. So not that one. Not that one. Okay, this one. Okay, so we've got, first up, we've got, and I will turn the music back on so that it's, there we go. Yeah, just so we have something to listen to there. But, so this is, the first match is going to be, let's see here. This is going to be Scrub versus, let me pull the docs here so I know who's who. Because the names don't always line up. Alright, week 3. John played against Fwog. So this is, Fwog came in as a replacement coach. And so this was Fwog's first week in. And we've got Tara on, let's see, Breaksin, Snubble, Drifloon for John. So that is going to be Grass on Breaksin. And we've got Charmeleon, Aridos, Bulbasaur, although that's after transactions. So I believe it's just the Spider with Terra Fairy. So we will see how this one goes. No, we're not doing that. Skill swap to take the Sturdy. Interesting turn 1. Wow. And then, well, okay, so hang on. Why did we do that? Why did we skill swap to take the Sturdy only to have Bullet Seed, which just ignores the Sturdy, when you could have then taken Gulp Missile just to make sure that this thing can't do its entire shtick, you know? I don't know. That just seems like a weird play. When you've got a multi-hit move, why are we taking away Sturdy? Willow Miss could be good, could be bad. So okay, so we're just like offensive Sableye. P-Jab, still no poison, and into Sucker, crit. May or may not have mattered. If he's offensive, it may not have mattered. Okay, so this is a wild, again, I love people cooking with Sableye. I'm the king of crazy Sableye sets, so I'm all for it. It goes back into Girder, Ice Beam, that's not going to do much. Back into Sableye, Knock, yep. Mental Herb, but you're offensive. So what? Okay, so we're Mental Herb, Sucker, Sneak, Knock, Poison Jab. You didn't even have a non-attacking move. So why are we... I don't understand. Because you could have been like Bulk Up or something if you were going to be offensive. Okay, Aridos. Megahorn, not doing much. But you can be Terra Fairy. Or not. Goes Glimmet, that's going to... Okay, goodbye. Because if this is Guts, then it could have been okay. Ice Beam, you're good. Drain Punch, going to heal a decent chunk from that. Plus the terrain. So Girder's kind of chilling. Doesn't do that much. My music. Poison Jab, still no poison. But yeah, Toxtricity's free. Get rid of the spikes. P-Jab still does a good chunk. Balloon is getting popped. Burn? Nope. Girder just avoiding all of the statuses. So if it's... Oh, choice band. That's why it did that much. Yeah, just avoiding all of the statuses if it's guts. But yeah, you just drain punch and win here, I think. Or knock. That's fine too. Yeah, drain would have been better there. But, I mean, either way, you still win. It's just a difference of 1 diff point. Alright. Some very interesting sets from Fwog. I didn't understand a couple of them, but all good. Good win for one of my fellow commissioners. Next up is going to be, let's see here. We got the Boise Blastoise. So it's Clubshay versus Nowless. So we'll take a look at those. Nowless is rocking. I don't know that is. Am I looking at the right thing? Yeah, Nowless is week 3. I'm assuming that this was week 3. Maybe this is a different week. Because yeah, this doesn't look like Nowless's team. This looks like... Whose team is this? So this is Zeus's team. So okay, so we skipped ahead a week, I guess, because this is actually the following week. Let me check this again to make sure I'm not doing something wrong. Maybe I didn't go far back enough. Yeah, I guess I just didn't go far back enough. I caught the last game of it. Let's see. Okay, let's try this one instead. This is Jakib versus Darux, which is week 3. Actually, Darux uploaded, so we're going to watch Darux's game. Okay, so we've got Satitan. I like Satitan. I really want it to do work in this format. I haven't seen it go off yet, but we got Belly Drum. Very fun. Reboot with boots. Flare Blitz, Flame Charge. Kind of weird to see Flare Blitz and Sucker on this, or Flare Charge and Sucker on the same set, but it can work. We've got Haunter. Very fast, pretty offensive. Willow Taunt. Shadow Ball Sludge Wave. Okay, I get you. We've got Terra Steel Brion, very cool. Moonblast Hyper Voice plus the Encore. Encore could be good. Altaria. Scarf, 4 attacks. I'm interested to know why we have both Brave Bird and Dual Wing Beat, unless we just didn't have another move that we could think of. Probably could have packed something different there. And then Rocks, Reflect, Bullet Punch, Brick Break. Very cool. All right, let's see what we got. Jakib, no Terras. Oh, Piloswine is invisible. Yeah, Furret's an interesting lead. You normally would expect this to like tidy up, so Taunt might be the play. Yeah, Taunt makes sense. Tidy up. Trick. Ah. Yeah. Trick would have been gross if that was some something bad, because I mean that gets rid of, that would have gotten rid of your Eviolite there. But yeah, burning this is definitely good. Plan to Oko Sneasel with Sash. I gotcha. I mean, at the same time, if rocks are up, though, then, you know, you just want to make sure that rocks get up. And at that point, then you're good to just Brave Bird. But either way. Yeah, I mean, Furret's pretty well nerfed at this point. And it's clearly not going to start setting up on you because it's Scarfed. Or because it's well, no, it's definitely not choiced. So it could be some weird item. I don't know what it is. Like Lagging Tail or something, maybe. Not a... Man, that does 50. That does so much. And it gets rid of the speed drop. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely clicking that again. There's no reason not to click that again. There's not really a great switch in, to be honest. Drift. Okay, well. Everything is burned. Everything on the team is burned. Flare boost, that does a good chunk. I mean, it could. I don't know that it's going to carry it, though. Yeah, Flare Boost makes this thing hit pretty hard. It's weird to... It's weird seeing that this is the only, like, main set since Unburden is banned. But it's still cool to see people cooking with other things. Yeah, this is also where Hex would have gone wild if you had Hex on this over Shadow Ball as you're spreading the Will-O-Wisp status. So, Taunt is probably fine. So it could be like, yeah, Acid Armor. Although I'm not sure how much that would help you beat it. But yeah, if you were Willow plus Hex, that would have gone pretty crazy. Get the drop. Yeah, that drop helps you out a lot. His drop doesn't really make a difference because it was already a 2-shot, but the drop that you got was definitely good. Yeah, definitely flashing in. Still does a good chunk. Yeah, I mean, it probably lives, though. It probably lives in EQ. Yeah, it does. Draco. Yeah. Yeah, Sliggoo is super bulky. I figured it probably lived. Yeah, Haunter KOs this easy. But yeah, you can't sleep on Sliggoo. That thing lives, like, crazy amounts of hits that it shouldn't be living. It's wild. Absolutely wild. Yeah, it's super strong. It lives just random crazy stuff. Yeah, you just click Throat Chop if I'm the opponent here. Wow. Well, but that was so unnecessarily risky, though. I guess calling Brion to switch in. Yeah, he called Brion to switch in. Although, did you die though to one at 30%? Because you had some bulk in there. And Haunter's not like it's not like super frail, especially with a Violite. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it lived either way. So yeah, that was a bit risky on Jakib's part. I don't know that I agree with that. Because I think you just have to attack what's in front of you at this point. Because like, even if... Well, like... I think that's entirely on Jakib, though, because, like, even if he Because if you have throat chop, right? If you have throat chop, you always want to click that there, right? There's no downside to clicking throat chop, because either you KO the Haunter, right, and Haunter goes down, or if you did switch to Brion, Brion has just a ton of sound moves, and then it just stops all the sound moves, right? So throat chop was so free there, and so unless he just didn't carry it, but I imagine he probably did, for Metang and for this and for, yeah, I mean, you have to carry throat chop there, and it would have shut down no matter how that happened. So no, that Jakib should have just clicked throat chop there no matter what. No, that Jakib had an out there and he didn't take it. I'm assuming he's banded or scarfed where he's not switching moves. Do you let Haunter go down? I mean, Haunter's pretty fast. It outspeeds most of the team, but I mean, how much damage is it doing? Eh. But yeah, Jakib had a... Yeah, no, that's a good spot for you. This is where you encore in case he clicks rocks. He probably switches, but it's all good. But I mean, also, what's your hyper voice switching? Yeah, what's your hyper voice switching? There isn't one. There's not a switch. Yeah, not going for Terra is good because it doesn't. There's no switch. Yeah, I mean, Paolo hits hard. Paolo's a good threat. So yeah, now he goes into this. He's gonna click Trailblaze. Now here's where you Terra Steel and then you encore him into Trailblaze, and then you go Raboot and kill him. Yeah, he definitely Trailblazes there. No, you probably would have killed if you hyper voiced. But you could have encored him into the... Yeah, you could have encored him into Trailblaze and then gone hard Reboot. It was pretty obvious. So he has to live one more... He gets one more turn, but you can just sucker. He doesn't get any kind of priority. Yeah, sucker's free. You always click sucker. Yeah, sucker's free. I mean, what does he do? What does he do into your suckers, though, now? I mean, I guess this, but it probably doesn't kill you on the first turn. I mean, low sweep's going to do a lot. It's probably not going to kill, but it does a good chunk, I'm sure. And I mean, if he tricks, like, even if you're lagging tail, you still have sucker, so that helps. It does a good chunk. Yeah, double edge. Okay. I guess, do you need to drum, though? You may need to drum. I think you have to. Yeah, so you just win. Yeah, you just win with the belly drum. Yeah, you definitely KO. Just Ice Shard. Yeah, GG's. Good game. Good game. Yeah, I think Jakib had an out there. Yeah, I think Jakib had an out there. Like, but unfortunately he didn't take it, and so that made the game a little easier on you. I still don't know that he got out of that though, because I'll go ahead and post your video here as well. Make sure to check out Daruk's. It may not have changed anything, because ultimately if you ended up back in front of Furret, then that ended up the same. And I mean, Ice Shard was doing a chunk to everything on the team. And I mean, you were faster than the... Well, Soglu went down early. Even if Piloswine had been around, you were dealing a ton to it. The Luxray was already kind of low, so +6 Ice Shard probably KO'd it too. So you probably still won there regardless. But But yeah. But GG's, good win. We take those. All right, next game. This is Mars versus Sky. And let me get my doc here. Mars versus Sky. It's the other div. Okay, so Sky has Dupiter, Graveler, Sandshrew. So we see Graveler again. Love to see it. Graveler is Terra Water. Very cool. And then we see Mars with Rhyhorn, Cubfu, Luxio. We see Rhyhorn, and that is going to be Terra Fire. Very cool. Ouch. Drill Run doing a ton turn 1. And lefties. Okay. I'm not sure what the expected switch was. But alright, Altaria going for game already. Yeah, that's going to take this ride out, and so now your spinner's gone. That could get a little tricky. So we'll see. The doggy. Keyberry. Alright, Sky's cooking. Harvest. Oh boy. Sky is cooking. What is this? That did a good chunk. Dolliv out here going nuts. Alright, Sky, I see you. Ironhead, that's still gonna KO. We're gonna get Toxic Debris, but there's still a Skuntank that can get rid of those, so that's fine. Yeah, you have to go Rhyhorn here to keep Skuntank out. SD. Are we Rock Polish? Okay, so we just go full Defog. Okay. Missed the Stone Edge, that's unfortunate. Roost, so you'll take another one. Oh, that did so much. That's doing 0. No EQ, I guess. Predicted the Roost. Yeah, so I guess Sky doesn't have EQ. If he did, that would be the click. Missed another one. There's the hit, and Altaria's gone. Yeah, if Altaria had EQ there, it would have been fine. Ironhead, that's not doing anything. This probably KOs. Yeah. All right, Snuggles going nuts, man. And there we go. Terra Water, Stone Edge. Yeah, this thing chews. Skuntank's pretty free here. Wish and goes into this. Just Wish Protect. What's your Gunk Shot switch? Not really a great one since you Terra'd. Yeah, that does a good chunk. So yeah, you've only got one more turn here. And Knock is free. Alright, Dodrio, I don't know that you KO with a Drill Run. Ooh, makes the call. Good stuff. That Dolliv was going to be annoying. Goes back into Dash Bun. Body Slam, Para. Nope. Body Press doing nothing. My goodness. Yeah, Body Slam's eventually going to get that Para there. And now you go Skuntank. Yeah, I mean, you... Ooh, Trailblaze. And the full Para. But didn't go for Protect that time. That does so much. You definitely go for Protect this time, though. Oh, nope. Wow. You're just going to Wish again, but the Gunk Shot's going to KO. You don't really have a great Gunk Shot switch in, and now that you're fast... Wow, Quick Attack doing a good chunk, but yeah, Gunk Shot's going to KO. And then I doubt Frostmoth takes this hit. Get rid of the boots. Yeah, I feel like you had to go for a Quiver Dance there. Because if you go for Quiver Dance there, do you win the game? Probably not. But at the very least, you were given a free diff point there, because no, you probably did win actually if you quivered, if that was allowed. I'm pretty sure it's allowed. I don't think we banned Quiver on that. Frostmoth, no, it's not banned. Yeah, because if you did that, and you have Giga Drain, then you use Giga Drain this, get all your health back, and then I think you can, if it's special Frostmouth or Frostlass, then you just wall it with Ice Scales. So that could have, yeah, that could have been one. I think Mars could have won that, but very cool. All right, next game is Oliver versus Fish. And so we'll go ahead and watch this one. So Cricketune lead for Fish. Ooh, Rock Slide right off the bat. Flinch. Ouch. Ouch. That sucks, but what are you gonna do? Hitmonchan actually not being immune to the Intimidate. Pretty sure it gets Inner Focus. Barbarage, poisoning things as it does. You're not gonna poison this, because it's probably immunity. U-turns out into Dedenne, that makes sense. There is a ground type, so you gotta be careful. Probably expected the hard Dodrio there. Samurot's pretty free though, probably AV. No, lefties. Okay, makes sense. Flip turn, very nice. And Sneasel comes in for free. Knock, and this is gone. Specs. That would have done a lot, but... okay. I don't understand the double there. Because if Sneasel had knocked like that... Yeah, and Barbarage doesn't get the poison, so... Pain Split doesn't really... Yeah, that actually makes it worse. Unfortunate. Barbarage will take the KO on Bramblin. Goodbye. And yeah, Gliger's free. EQ still does a good chunk to no matter. Yeah, that did a lot. Rock Slide, not doing that much. Flinch. Okay, a flinch in return. Rock Slide again. Second flinch. All right, Fish. What are we doing here? Third flinch. Wow. Mach Punch? Bullet Punch, same difference. Burn? No. Alright, sacks the Gliger. Okay. And lefties. Interesting. To help with the recoil, I guess. Misses Axel. Not that that was going to do a ton there. I think Fish is just like mono lefties slash Black Sludge. There's a lot of lefties out here. Okay, Chilling Water is cool. I like that tech. Barbarage, stealing a okay chunk, not getting the poison though, so that's a good thing. Dugtrio probably not going to KO here. Yep, Samu lives that, takes us out. If Samurott had Aqua Jet, then that wouldn't have worked out at all. But now Dedenne is kind of free. Volt Switch, yeah, it's just going to KO. And then you could have just T-bolted or something there, I guess, but yeah, that does so much, and I don't think you're KOing this even at -1. Oh, you do. Okay. Might be a little more offensive. But you're not living this. Alright. Very good. Now we get... Okay, now we get Nowless versus the Club Shay. Alright, here we go. So let's look at this one. So... Club Shay has Grottle, Prinplup, Swadloon. We see Grottle and Prinplup. And so we get Flying on Grottle and Ghost on Prinplup. Interesting. Very cool. And then we also get, for Nowless, we get Carkol, Krokorok, Yanma. We just have Yanma. So Yanma is going to be Terra Bug. Very cool. Not a great lead, but Minun covers it. Yep, Volt Absorb, making that easy. Ursaring already. Super Fang, very cool. Probably, that could have been a little... I mean, I guess if you nuzzled there, it would have been fine, because it's going to get its boost either way. Ooh, that did so much. That did so much. I don't know that the crit ended up making a difference in the end, but it certainly made it faster. Because, I mean, eventually you would have gone into that and then maybe like suckered or something on Bayonet. All right, Grumpig, wrap. Okay, we're going for the speed boost. Thief. Except that you have an item, so you didn't steal anything, because this thing does not get knockoff, unfortunately. Volt switch not going to be enough because Minun is so weak. You go into this, probably Scarfed. Primplep will take it. Okay, you turned out good. Into Wigs. This thing's also pretty good. Flip turn out, but you lose your Violet in the process. Not the best. Going for the raw Focus Blast. Nice. Eruption, not going to do much. Even with a crit, that did not that much. Earth Power, you're going to live that too. That's competitive. Oh boy. Yeah, Shadow Ball KO there. Yeah, I mean, you can't do that. You can't click an electric move when Minun is alive. It just lives. It just sits there because you don't get any coverage on Electrode. Yeah, that's free. You just keep clicking moves and it lives. Oh boy. You just okay. I mean, you have Foul Play, but like, yeah, Minun just sits on this. Oh man, that's 2 Super Fang misses, although the first one didn't really matter. Yanma comes in. There's the Shell Smash. I would have loved to have seen Mirror Herb on this thing. Protect into... Oh, calls the Protect. Oh boy. Goes for the double, you have to. Wow. That might be game. That's probably game. Wow. Calls the double. Yeah, that's going to win you the game. Good stuff. Really good call. Wow. That was huge. Yeah, I mean, it was... In fairness, it was kind of... It was kind of, you know, telegraphed, but like, man, the guts to just sit there and just click Shell Smash again. Really, really good stuff. Absolutely won you the game, and we take those for sure. Really good game. Good stuff. Next is Jintis versus Wisp. Same division here, so let's see. Yeah, Jintis versus Wisp here. So we got... Jintis has Hatchram, Quilava, Nosepass. We see Hatchram. So Hatchram is going to be Fairy. And again, thank you for putting Stellar on everything that is not the Terra Captain. It makes it a lot easier on me. And then we've got Wisp. Wisp has Shogun, Poniard, and Impidimp. So we see the Shogun Terra Ground. Very cool. I wanted so bad to take Shogun on my team, but I just couldn't figure out how to make it work. Okay, that... Well... that... Did you see a Rotom? I didn't. I didn't see it. It's got... Well, did you see a Charizard? Nope, it's gone too. Oh, Focus Sash coming through. Wow, so we're just swinging. We're just swinging. There's nothing but Okos and a... My goodness, we're hang on. It is turn 5 and there are 5 Pokemon already gone. We've averaged 1 Pokemon death per turn. My goodness, these guys are just swinging. This is wild. Yeah, you just head smash. Yeah, I mean, even with Palo, you still just... That's all you can do. That's wild. Alright, Terra Fairy. We're going Calm Mind. We've seen how good Hatchram can be. We saw it earlier in the Wi-Fi portion with Mike. That did so much. Girder is bulky. That did so much. Wow. Not punished at all there. So Shogun gonna try to outpace it. I don't know if you will. Yeah, that does way too much. Yeah, you're not gonna kill. Hatchram's too bulky for that. Ooh, boy. Basculin probably in range. Yeah, you're not killing. That's a cryogonal. Freeze dry, that's dead. Oof. But Hatcham might still... Yeah, Hatcham lives. You have to go for Wave Crash. I feel like you can KO here. I feel like you can. No! It lives! Wow, Palisand living. My goodness, y'all just out here swinging through the fences. Holy cow. Y'all did, y'all had somewhere to be. 18 turns. Y'all had somewhere to be. Like, that's wild. All right, next is let's see. Pyroar. Or Pyro, not Pyroar. What am I doing? Let's see. Let me find Pyro's team. There we go. Pyro faced off against let's see, I believe that's Sigma. And so we've got Fletchender, Seviper, Gimmighoul, Chest on Pyro's side. So Fletchender gonna be Terra Fire, okay. And then Tinkatuff, Magnemite, Vibrava. So we got Magnemite over here. Magnemite is going to be Terra Ghost. Alright, good U-turn. Into Fletchender, okay. Terra Fire, this is gonna do a ton. Oh, made the call. Didn't work out. T-Wave, wow. Rough. Yeah, and you lose the Violite. Flame Charge. It's gonna help you a little bit. You probably Flame Charge again here. Yeah, so you're back to neutral speed. Do we see a Shell Smash? Just hard Shell Smash? Or no, I don't think that was allowed. I think Shell Smash was banned. But I mean, you're still doing a chunk. Considering you're -1, you're still doing 30. It's not bad. This thing's shiny is so weird. I do have a legit shiny of this thing somewhere. I'll have to, it's somewhere in there, but yeah, I just found it out in the wild. That just disappeared. It just got deleted. Quillfish probably just okay. Yeah, Glagger eats this for breakfast. No defense drop, so yeah, you're living that for sure. Spike. Gross. You don't have removal now. So yeah, spikes are pretty strong. Probably just go ahead and do the Terra Ghost. Yeah, that helps. Not bad damage. I mean, Magnemite hits pretty hard, so that's not bad damage. So now you're out of shields down now. So this is gone. But good U-turn to shake off the Intimidate. That's nice. Goes into Quillfish. No Intimidate to go off there, but that's okay. Knocks off the Violite. Spike on you. Yeah, spikes are so free for Pyro here. I would have spiked again. Yeah, you put them all 3 up. You might as well. And then take out Quill. Like, you can't get rid of them. And you've got this plus Tinkatuff. Yeah, you don't. They don't want to take a quarter. You know, that's a good chunk of damage. Tinkatuff's almost gone. Yeah, imagine if the bear had trailblazed there. You're still slower than Pyroar, but still. Self-destruct. On the bulk up, that's not going to matter. Yeah, Hyper Voice. If you had Flame Charge, that would have been the time to go for it, but Hyper Voice does take it out. This is gone, I'm sure. Yep. And then last one is this. Unless it's AV, it probably it might be AV though. AB's always a good. No, it's lefties. It might still live though. It's definitely gonna live at where it is now. I think. I don't think you take like a I don't know that you take a fire blast. This thing's kind of weak. Oh, it wouldn't have taken a fire blast, but it'll take a flamethrower. Wow, very close. Very cool. Yeah, scarf on pyro, so that's why I had to switch. But yeah, if you were fire blast, it KO'd. But very, very close game. Very good stuff. All right, next game. Let's see. This is Foop. Let me find Foop's team here. All right, so that's Cool Nick. And Cool Nick is going up against... I believe this is Shinobu, I think. Yeah, that's Shinobu. So Shinobu is Bayleaf, Hatcham, Corvus Squire. So non-Terra on the Merrill, but Bayleaf does carry it. That's Terra Fighting, very interesting. Then we have, for Cool Nick, we've got Dedenne and Krokorok. We don't see either one of those, so no Terra on that side. All right, Kamala's always underrated. Wasn't a Merrill. Yeah, that's still taking a chunk. Cool that it gets knockoff, but it did so little. Even with, I'm assuming it has huge power, but man, it just does so little damage. EQ 0. Double Edge would have done a good chunk though, but I mean, you're not gonna make that call on a ghost. Ooh, Gunk Shot. Wow, good damage. Good damage. And you get some of it back. And Go-Goat's gone. That's big. Go-Goat's really good. Yeah, I mean, well, assuming there's no more hazards, then that's a good trade. Trick Room. Oh boy, into Psychic. Very cool tech. This T-Bolt, yeah, you always carry T-Bolt on those. Psychic on this too. Psychic was stabbed. I'd have clicked Psychic there. Yeah, you could have just kept clicking Psychic. Just for max damage there. Trailblaze. Spit F drop may not make a difference. Just goes for raw. Gets disabled in the process. Yeah, see, if you trailblazed and then got disabled, you'd have been fine. But, what are you gonna do? Because then you could have facaded the Charizard. Yeah, you had to click Psychic there and take the stab move. Because you don't always, you don't want to, I mean, that, yeah, Meryl's doing nothing. But, yeah, that it just didn't really do anything for you there. I mean, Bayleaf's Terra Fighting. It'll take liquidation pretty easy. I mean, I was gonna say pretty easily, not that easily. But now you flying move. Yep. And then you're definitely not beating a Charizard with this. Yeah, even through Akaberry and Scale didn't even matter. Yeah, that's the Trick Room there would have the Trick Room did so much, but I think that it just was kind of wasted though, because you had to click Psychic because it's stab, right? You always have to click that stab move there when everything's neutral. You know, when everything's neutral like that, you have to click the stab move because you did less damage there, and you had a chance for a drop too if it did survive. So, but that is all of our games for this week. So thank you all so much for hanging out with us. We are going to hopefully be back to normal schedule on Saturdays going forward, but obviously we just had some rough weather and things that affected a lot of people. But yeah, so thank you all for coming by and watching these battles with us. We will do it again next week. Until then, stay safe out there, stay healthy. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.